we came to this world, but we're not of this world. And we're not of this world. We just forgot that we're not of this world, that we didn't come here to continue the participation of the ongoing progression of something outside of ourselves, but we came to remember that everything great lives within ourselves. So we are the keys to unlocking this within a system that has forgotten to remember to know itself through denial and through judgment. And every day, I'm sure you can attest, every day there is some form of this out in the world, which means that it's important for us to come into alignment with ourselves, with our awareness to ourselves. It's time to come out of amnesia and come back into awareness that we are the activations here on this planetary system that activates many hearts through our heart space. And today, through this really cool video, it was a remembrance of the sounds that I know within myself, the sounds unlock the coding of the crystals, and I got the remembrance that we just need to hold a crystal on our lap and think with our heart and ask for the assistance of the crystal to amplify out these knowing truths within us of why we've come here and what we've come here to do and what we envision the world to be. So sit with the crystal and amplify a world, imagine a world in which all the light energies are back here and we're talking and we're connecting and we are oneness in our love for each other, in our ability to communicate and see each other with clarity and love. And that's what I would suggest with the crystals. So that's one thing I can suggest from all this. But remembering that all of this doesn't matter. It's matter that's been here for a long time based on denial and judgment. To get caught up in this matter. And it's easier said than done if you've had any trauma occur to you that tries to bind you to this matter. I'm just here standing before you now saying I've had all of that occur. I've done videos to create my own tipping point of releasing. And there are 3 things that will not, will be required. And one is to see that everything outside of you is a mirror. And to forgive the mirror in which you see is to forgive yourself. And it's the ego doing up to its old games and tricks, right? The projection outside of itself. So you won't discover that it lives inside yourself. And it's crying out for love because it's shameful. And it's denialing and judging itself. You get past that point by taking your energy and the energy of this hurt ego up to Mother, Father, God. And together you transmute that energy, because energy cannot be destroyed, right? You transmute that energy and it does something for you when you connect to the Divine Mother and Father. You say, I am worthy of love. So no longer does the ego run the show, but a willingness in the ego breaks free and it says, I want to reconnect up with all that is. So we, as light workers, still go through the same process of every human on this planet, right? Not as a problem, but as an awareness to understand, understand, and overstand what each has to go through to make this journey back home to heart. once we create a certain tipping point inside of ourselves, of that awareness of our support and our love and our continued love and support from Mother, Father, God, Source, and seeing each outside of ourselves as a mirror that we want to heal so we can reunite again. And really the basis of all of it is the same basis for everyone: denial and judgment of self, right? Once you tip enough of that within yourself, you enter in the remembrance phase of yourself, remembering why you came, what you're here for, and all you want to do is be a support system. And all the things in this reality system that look ever so bright and exciting are yours to enjoy, but they're not to put your attention on, right? You didn't come this far away, integrate into dense energy, to not take you and Mother Earth all the way straight through. And she's relying upon her children to gather her children to make this leap. And really, it's a micro to the macro. The leap happens within self, and then everything outside the self is a reflection of that. Right, like one big collective ocean. And we're reminded just how loved we are in the universe. And someone with the ability to speak light language that isn't embarrassed or shaming herself because she trusts her love instead of her fear and judgment of denial, makes the video, and that video speaks directly to your heart. And you're reminded even deeper how loved you are, and how you're being watched and overseen the whole way through by an incredible ancient family that that loves you. And that's what happened to me today. And it was so humbling and honoring to reignite in this reality system with my light ancestors, that I started flipping through dimensions. I started seeing myself, you know, as I asked myself, why am I this blonde looking woman? I don't know why I look the way I do. It's kind of funny, but, and almost a strange thing to say, but I feel like it's so far removed from what I actually look like that, you know, it trips me out, because I always envision myself with a lot of curly hair and very tan skin. But that's another show altogether. I'm flipping through dimensions and I see my Native American girl inside myself come online, and she's vulnerable, and it's like feeling like I'm that girl from The Fifth Element, but I'm Native American. And having to choose, getting to choose this deep awakening within myself once again. And then I come on here with all of you to share it. So any remnants of the molecules changing and shifting and the energy in its purest form is offered up to you in the mirror, so you can remember your purest form and your ever-changing self. And that's the way I'm playing the game. So if you were wondering what we're doing here together, and why I do these videos, is because you as my reflection matter to me, and I'm a map. And when you're doing your videos and you're sharing your knowledge and truth, you are my map back into self, back into oneness. So I'm going to offer you what I always remembered today that I could offer, which I do all the time with myself, but I thought it'd be fun to do it with you now. So ready? The honor in me honors the honor in you. The integrity in me honors the integrity in you. The love in me honors the love in you. Mwah.